What's up, everybody? Welcome to the PickSix podcast, CBS Sports Daily NFL podcast. I'm Will Brinson. I'm your host. I believe that it's Monday in September. I think. I don't know. What I do know is that this podcast episode is brought to you by... That's right, Bud Light. The PickSix podcast presented by Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Share a limited edition Bud Light team can with us as you listen along. To get yours, go to budlight.com/delivery. It's budlight.com/delivery to order. I got my Panthers bottle right here, a nice aluminum bottle. This is the perfect beer to sip responsibly as I watch the Panthers win, or somebody win me money. I may take one of these. I may have taken one of these out to the NC State tailgate on Thursday evening. Who is to say? Again, to get yours. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's Wilson, would you get some Blitzburg beer bottles down there?
I don't think I've showed this one yet. Maybe I did, but
Yenza for life. Wow, I like it. And Breech, you've got a Cincinnati Bengals. Let's hold that thing back. If you look at these at youtube.com/pick6, by the way. Breaches say who day or who dat? Which one is it again?
Brinson.
Who
does not say who dat. That's just absurd. I drank a couple of those over Labor Day weekend.
Okay, yeah, that's right. This is I don't even know if this is happy Labor Day. Maybe this is Friday. Actually, you know what?
Labor Day, Brinson. That's when you said it was a Monday in September. I was like, does he not know today's a holiday? Because that would be classic Brinson.
Actually, I think today this may be Friday's episode that people are listening to. Friday, September 3rd. Wow. That's what happens when Devo is away, is I forget what day it is. He didn't include it in the rundown, and that's okay. Anyway, go to budlight.com/delivery to get your beer sent to you. We're going to do bold predictions for the NFL, the 2021 NFL season on this episode. Wilson, before we get started.
Yes.
You got a little too much energy today. I'm worried about you.
Oh, I've been running around like crazy this morning. So,
okay.
Yeah, my son's got a JV soccer game this afternoon, so I'm a little worried about that.
Oh,
you won't believe this.
What's your concern there?
Can we bet on the game?
Yeah.
Is there a bookie? Are you the bookie?
Can you imagine if it came out that during the scrimmage, the dad of one of the JV team was running a betting ring? You won't believe this, but I'm super anal retentive. So I'm very detail oriented about the way I want him to play. And to his credit, he's very receptive, but I get worked up about these things.
What, because you are as a soccer player yourself.
Yeah. It's crazy.
What position does he play? He
plays left wing right now. So midfield, but you play forward and defense as well. So I'm trying to think if you would know a player. Who's a left wing? Like Raheem Sterling. Do you know Raheem Sterling, Brinson?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought you might know him. He plays for Man City. He played for England in the Euros. You know Jack Grealish. He has the stupid hairband.
Yeah, I do know Grealish. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, this is apparently the thing, and I was
Jamie Tart. Oh, you don't watch Ted Lasso?
Oh, Jimmy Tart. Jimmy Tart sounds like someone I went to high school with.
Jamie Tart. Jimmy Tart.
Oh, I see. Yeah. But this is a thing going around. My son's hair is not that long. In fact, it's probably.
Oh, is he doing the little band? The Sanchez band?
He looks insane. Who's Sanchez?
Mark Sanchez.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Jack Grealish stole that from Mark Sanchez. Exactly, the Sanchez fan. He looks like Mark Sanchez. I saw how dumb his hair looks when he does it. But, hey, that's the thing they do. Whatever. So I'm a little, I'm preoccupied with that. But, I thought you were going to ask me my bold predictions. Who
we're going to, yeah. But I just sent some
apprehension in my game.
Yeah, some anxiety, yeah. But, in fact, we moved this podcast up so to accommodate for your son's soccer game.
My wife said to me yesterday, they had a scrimmage yesterday. She said, I'm fine with you yelling at the kids because I'm 100% supportive. I'm 100%.
But there's a butt coming there.
Wilson is so mild-mannered on the podcast, and then he turns into Brinson while he's cheering for his.
Get on that ball! Don't let that ball get out of bounds.
Well, I'm 100% supportive of everyone on the team, but I will yell at my son about just certain things we've talked about. Not in a mean way, but it's like, make sure you do this, do that, or whatever. But everyone else, I'm like, yeah, I'm very supportive.
Are you the coach?
No. No.
You're just a parent in the stands.
Yeah. And
would you say that you stand out as somebody like a parent, or is it just sort of one of the many? Okay.
I stand out, and I would imagine people are like, he yells a lot, but I'm yelling positive, only positive stuff, unless I'm talking to my kid about things that we've sort of discussed. He'll know what I'm yelling about. And she said, I'm fine with you yelling, but could you not curse so much? I said, I don't curse. She goes, I can hear you curse. I say, you can hear me curse because I'm under my breath saying so-and-so, like the ref did this or the ref did that. But I mean, if you don't want me to curse near you, I'll just go stand in the corner. I'll be that guy, and I'm fine being that guy. But I'm not yelling, "Hey, MFers, run faster" or whatever. But anyway, so
this is some high level anxiety. I like it.
Yeah. All right. So my first bold prediction is going to be the least bold prediction, least boldy of the predictions. But with the unfortunate news that J.K. Dobbins is lost for the season with an ACL injury, I'm going Gus Edwards over 1,200 rushing yards. Last year, just for some context, J.K. Dobbins had 134 carries, 805 yards. Gus Edwards had 144 carries, 723 yards. Gus Edwards averaged 5 yards per carry. We know about the Greg Roman offense, know about Lamar Jackson. I think it's eminently possible, especially if these wide receivers and Lamar Jackson don't take the next step. If it's only Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews sort of being the passing game show, I feel like Gus Edwards, the Gus bus, could at least travel 1,200 yards in 2021.
Breech, I'll let you grade this on a bold prediction scale, bearing in mind
it's my least boldy.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a bad prediction.
I am going to give that prediction.
And wait, before you give it, Breech, just so we're clear, like bold prediction doesn't mean that Evan McPherson's going to win the MVP is an A+ bold prediction.
Look, Breech is going to have his bold predictions graded as well. So,
I'm just saying the grading scale shouldn't be how insane is it, how unlikely is it to happen? Because if it doesn't happen, it's not bold. It's just stupid. All right, go ahead.
Well, I'm going to give it a B+, Ryan.
Yes!
You don't have to sit here and defend how the grading system works. It's my grading system for my grades. You have your own grading system for your grades.
Fine.
But the reason I liked it, I probably would have given it an A- if J.K. Dobbins did not get hurt. Did you make this prediction before Dobbins or after Dobbins?
No, of course after. Before, there's no way he does it.
Well, he does it before because the guy's averaged 700 yards per year. So, gets more action. That's why I would have given an A if Dobbins had not been injured. But
well,
the reason I like this is because
if you did it before,
that would be an F. That's an F if you do it before.
Yeah, exactly.
That makes it bold.
No, that would mean that Wilson broke J.K. Dobbins' leg.
Yeah, that would be sad. But I like this because Lamar Jackson, obviously, last 2 seasons, he's been the Ravens' leading rusher. So if you're running back in that backfield, you have to contend with that, knowing your quarterback is going to put up a ton of yardage. And you look at, I think since Lamar has taken over as quarterback, I think Mark Ingram's the only person that's even hit 1,000 yards, and none of the running backs have come close to 1,200. So the idea of someone getting there is definitely a bold. There was no one who hit more than 1,000 yards. No running back that hit 1,000 yards in Baltimore last year. There
are only 2 running backs in football who hit 1,200 yards last year. In fact, there were only 9 people in football who hit 1,000 yards, and that includes Lamar Jackson.
Derrick Henry, and who was the other one over 1,200? I thought you were looking at it.
Well, so yes. So this is a very good prediction, Ryan. I like it.
So, Brinson, you weren't looking at it, the list?
Looking at what list?
Who else was over 1,200 yards last year?
I got it right in front of me. So Derrick Henry, obviously 2,000 yards. Dalvin Cook, 1,557.
Dalvin, gotcha.
That's it. And then Jonathan Taylor, 1,169, which is crazy because he didn't actually play that well early in the season. Aaron Jones, David Montgomery, and James Robinson actually tied for 5th most rushing yards. Nick Chubb over 1,000 yards. Josh Jacobs and Lamar Jackson.
Melvin and that's Gordon. Crazy. Brinson, if we would have just said, how many players do you think went over 1,200 yards last season, and you put the over under at like 4.5,
you would have said over.
I would have gone over. I didn't think it was only 2. That's incredible. Yeah. That's Ryan. Now I'm giving you an A.
Incrazyable. I like that word.
Incrazyable.
And yeah, I mean, the reason I give it an A-. I think 12. If you'd said 1,000 yards, I think it's a B+. 1,200 yards is bold. I mean, when you actually start to look at it, because these NFL teams just don't use one back that often anymore. The reason this could happen, though, is that they just gave Gus Edwards an extension. They really like him. Now, John Harbaugh has come out and said, we're going to rotate our backs. That's obviously not.
Yeah, but who are the other guys?
That was going to be my point.
Yeah.
It's Justice Hill and Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
There's a guy they like in camp.
Ty Williams, I think his last name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
But here's the thing. If the passing game doesn't work again, you're going to be running the ball anyway, doing running the read option all day long.
Tyson Williams?
Tyson Williams, yeah. I mean, that's not enough. Those 3 guys, they're going to have to bring somebody else in, I think. And in fact, if you want a little mini bowl prediction, the Ravens.
Don't say Todd Gurley.
No, Todd Gurley doesn't make any sense. The Ravens trade for Mark Ingram.
Oh, that'd be idiotic. Mark Ingram would love it.
You just don't have enough bodies here.
Bring Mark Ingram back.
Do the Ravens typically give up draft picks? Like they just traded Brinson to the Giants, which is a great trade for the Giants, and I think they got a 4th round pick.
The Ravens don't give up draft picks now.
That's crazy. A 4th round,
especially for an aging running back they let walk in free agency. That would be
right. So Brinson was a starter, I believe, and then I guess they liked the way that Ben Cleveland, their rookie from Georgia, played, and they decided just to put him in the lineup. So again, they're playing 4D chess, and Dave Gettleman's playing marbles.
Which is actually a pretty complicated game, Ryan. You're giving Gettleman too much credit.
I was thinking, I've never played marbles. It does look sort of complicated, kicking it inside the circle. I don't know how it works.
Ooh,
he's playing with Play-Doh.
Let's stick in the division for bold predictions because John Breech has a bold prediction. I'll let you grade it when he's done, Ryan.
All right.
I have a 2-for-1 bold prediction out of the AFC North.
Okay. So now this is not. Are these 2 individual bold predictions or are these one
both
combo bold?
It's
prediction?
a combo.
Okay. That's it. So that's a parlay. That raises the difficulty.
It is a combo, and since Ryan brought up the Ravens with his Gus Edwards prediction, my combo prediction is that the Baltimore Ravens miss the playoffs and that the Pittsburgh Steelers win the AFC North.
That is a reverse jinx, passive aggressive John Breech BS nonsense. I saw that when you emailed it to Debo. I was like, this mother sucker. What is he?
Ryan, please stop swearing so much.
I know. I'm in a soccer game all of a sudden. All right. Well, explain yourself before I give the grade.
No. Give the grade first, then he can explain.
Okay. I mean,
the parlay factor. If it was just Steelers win the division, I was going to give you an F minus because it's like 4-1.
4-1. That's one of the.
Hold on.
The 3rd highest odds in the AFC North.
Yeah. What's the payoff?
How many other 3rd place teams are you picking to win the division? How's that not bold?
That actually is a good point. What's the payoff, Brinson, on this parlay? And what's your payoff for it?
Well, the Ravens we can actually look this up.
They have that?
Yeah, Ravens to make or miss the playoffs. I would guess the Ravens to miss the playoffs is probably 2-1. Let's
it is plus 180 at the book I was looking at. I didn't have the.
Okay, all right. Well, let's find a
the payoff is 13. It's 13-1.
Ooh.
All right. Well,
plus 1,300.
Okay, that's bold.
Wait, 400 plus 190? Is that what you looked up?
I did 400 plus 180, but if you want to do plus 190
no,
and make me look even better, that's fine too.
I think, I would say, I think this is a pretty bold prediction. The parlay factor makes it bold.
Okay, yeah. So let's see. The Ravens missed the playoffs. Well, I mean, there has to be some injury concerns. Lamar Jackson has to regress.
Gus Edwards might get hurt.
Gus Edwards.
They have to lose J.K. Dobbins for the season.
Yeah, Gus Edwards has to get literally hit by a bus, the Gus bus.
I mean, their receivers are really banged up.
The receivers are banged up. So it's doable. And I'm just going through the math here. The Steelers' offensive line is a huge concern. And I remember way back in 2008, and Tomlin actually said this in 2008. He goes, you can protect your quarterback in one of 2 ways. This is after they didn't draft any offensive linemen. You can have a good offensive line, or you can have skill position players that make things difficult for the defense. And Big Ben got destroyed. They won the Super Bowl that year, but I mean, he took a punt. He was punished the entire time. So I think this is going to be more of that sort of punishing type situation. I give it a B plus because I think both are pretty unlikely, but that's the whole idea of being bold. Like almost unlikely to the point that I don't think either are going to happen. I mean, the Steelers could go to the playoffs. That's just me being optimistic, but I think this offensive line is going to be a disaster. And I don't know what has to happen for the Ravens to miss the playoffs.
Well, the good thing about this parlay and this bold prediction, this is why Breech is clever and why he does what he does, but it's a correlated parlay, right? Because if the Steelers win the division, it is more likely that the Ravens will miss the playoffs. So if you get the first part right, basically all you need is 10 plus wins from the Browns. And
so when's the last time the Ravens missed the playoffs? They've only missed like twice under Harbaugh.
No, more than that, I think.
No, right before when Joe Flacco was starting.
Remember Harbaugh was going to get fired.
They missed it 3 straight years, 2015, 16, and 17.
Yeah,
that's right.
They've been back ever since because they snuck in last year. Yeah, they've been back for the last 3 years, ever since.
Last 3 years, they've won at least 10 games. Okay.
Since Lamar took over as starter.
Well, correct. Because they were going to remember Flacco got hurt and looked like they were going to miss the playoffs. And Lamar, they went on that big winning streak, right?
Yep.
Am I misremembering how that season went?
No, that's right. Because
they were 4-5 at their bye. Holy cow!
All right, A-.
Thanks,
Wow.
Wilson.
Breech
we both bumped each other's grades up. I like it. So here is my explanation on this pick. I don't think the Ravens are going to be bad. I actually think they're going to go 10-7 because did all my records, did my projections. Those come out Labor Day on Monday. I have the Ravens at 10-7, but missing the playoffs because the AFC is so loaded. So it's not like I think this team is going to crater and be bad. I just think the Steelers and Browns, I don't think the AFC North is going to get 3 playoff spots again. So, I think most people are eliminating the Steelers and giving the 2 spots to the Browns and the Ravens. But I'm giving it to the Steelers and the Browns. And the Ravens just worry me because and we kind of saw it last season to start off. It just looked like they just had trouble running.
The offense did not get going early on in the season.
Or it was midseason because they started 5-1 and then they lost 4-5.
Oh yeah, never mind. The offense was awesome.
But it just seems like they're a freight train and then boom, like part of the track fell off and then, they crash. And so, I know that, there was the talk earlier a couple weeks ago, big debate about if defenses have figured out Lamar Jackson. And I don't think defenses have figured out Lamar Jackson, but I do think that defensive coordinators have gotten better at trying to stop him. So I think they've slowed him down a little bit. They have not come close to actually stopping him. And I think they've slowed him down just enough, especially when you take J.K. Dobbins out of the equation, that they're not going to get to 11 or 12 wins. And that's going to keep them out. And obviously, like you said, these are connected. So, that opens the door for the Steelers. And
by the way, when you look at the Ravens schedule from last year too, so they beat the Browns in week 1, beat up the Texans who were terrible in week 2, lose to the Chiefs, beat Washington, Cincy, and Philly. That's not exactly murderer's row right there of those 3 teams. And then out of the bye, they lose to the Steelers, beat the Colts, lose to the Pats, lose to the Titans in overtime, lose to the Steelers. And so they're 6-5 and teetering on they're in big trouble and probably not going to make the playoffs. And then their final 5 games of the regular season.
Thanks, Andy Dalton.
Yep. Dallas, Cleveland in that wild Monday night game, right? Where Lamar Jackson pooped,
that was the poop game?
The poop cramps, right. And they beat him 47-42 and on a last second touchdown to Marquise Brown. Then they beat the Jaguars, Giants, and Bengals to close the season. I mean,
to that point,
that's not a very impressive set of wins, is what I'm saying.
They went 3-5 last year against teams that finished with a winning record, and 2 of those wins came against Cleveland. So you take a division team out, all of a sudden you're 1-5. And obviously they dominated the bad teams. The problem for them, though, is there's not a bunch of bad teams on the schedule this year for them they struggled so much with the good teams last year. It could happen again this year. And if they do, their schedule's so loaded that it's easy to see them losing more games than they did last year. As for the Steelers, Ryan, you said it, the offensive line, it all comes down to that. I think they're going to be good at receiver. Adding Najee Harris is huge. I think Roethlisberger is going to be better than he was last year. And now that he's got, a full season of that, a year between him and that surgery, that he's going to make it through the entire season, not melt down after 11 weeks. So I think as long as that offensive line just plays average football, I think they can win the division.
It's weird.
Wow, win the division. So quickly, Brinson, just to your point, I just looked up real quick. You mentioned the schedule and how the Ravens weren't blowing people's doors off. They still were 7th in DVOA, 11th in offense, 9th in defense. And
11th in offense is not good.
Well, the Steelers were 22nd, and that's all because, that ain't no great shakes. But
Steelers were 22nd in offense last year?
Yeah, the end there. Big Ben was just chucking and ducking like he was Eli Manning on speed.
On the movie Speed or on Speed?
No, he was he got the ball half second later. He was
yeah. You guys are such AFC honks. Let's
of course we are.
Yeah, of course you are. I'm an NFC guy. Let's take it over to the NFC.
Wait, did you give Breech a grade?
Oh, I give B+.
Yes.
A-,
that's a good one. The parlay factor was huge. If you had just gone, I was going to kill you if it was just Steelers win division.
I don't know why that's not bold either.
4-1. It's fine.
4-1 again. What other team that has the 3rd best odds in the division are you picking to win a division?
3rd best odds in the division.
Hey, Breech, you and I both have 3.0s going home for the Thanksgiving break, so that's good.
That's right. Look, Mom, I did better this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, my turn. I'll start off with this one. This is my all-in guy this year. I got an insane amount of best ball shares of him. I will be drafting him in every league. Trey Sermon
This is
not only wins offensive rookie of the year, but leads the NFL in rushing yards.
That's crazy town. All right, let's look here. So typically, I mean, you talk about, we were talking about the Ravens and having them split the carries. Typically, that's exactly what Shanahan does, right? So you got Mostert.
You're gonna give me a grade on it?
I got to think through. I got to talk through it.
Okay,
you got Mostert. You got Trey Sermon, obviously, who actually I like. I like Ramondre Stevenson better than Trey Sermon, though, now that I think about it coming out. But whatever. JaMychal Hasty is the other guy who got a little run in preseason, had a touchdown, I think, on the week 3, but I don't think he's going to a lot of carries. So it's just him and Mostert. So you didn't give a number. He's going to lead the league in rushing yards.
Yeah, I mean, I probably should just go with number, I guess.
That doesn't matter. If he leads the league, he leads the league.
He's 100-1 to lead the league in rushing yards.
I was going to say, because there's a lot. I mean, you mentioned
at Caesars.
You mentioned Dalvin. You mentioned Derrick Henry. Gus Edwards is obviously going to have a big year. And
who else is a good, just I don't think we have any bold predictions related to him, but just looking at these odds, AJ Dillon's 150-1 to lead the league in rushing yards. Like if Aaron Jones went down, that would be like 30-1.
Yeah, but they get the kid. I think they got the kid out of Mississippi State who had a really good preseason.
Anywho.
All right, I'm going to give this. God, this is super bold. I'll give it a B+ for boldness.
Oh, come on!
It's. Wait a second. He's not going to outrush Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook. That's the thing. Or
Dalvin Cook gets hurt all the time. Derrick Henry just carried the ball 370 plus times. Like Football Outsiders analytics are showing us that the law is 370. Thank you. Oh
that's why I like to have you explain it before I give the grade. Then I got to go back and change it. That's
right, here's the other thing too. Trey Sermon, the highest draft pick that a Shanahan, either Mike or Kyle, has ever used on a running back.
What, a 3rd round pick?
Yeah.
That is high. That was high for Trey Sermon. I wouldn't take him that high.
And if you look at it, so they bring in Alex Mack this offseason. They bring back Trent Williams. Offensive line's in great shape.
All right.
Trey Sermon coming out of that Ohio State system, zone running scheme, the perfect one cut and guy. And I think that they will try and sort of limit the amount of wear and tear on Raheem Mostert because I think they believe that Mostert is more effective in sort of in 10 to 15 carries. And so I think Sermon could be the possible workface there. If something happens to Mostert, it's just him and Jeff Wills.
This is why you need to explain it. This is like saying, hey, teacher, turn on a book report. Grade it before I tell you what it's about. I mean,
fair enough. All right. So A+, is that what you're saying?
No, I'll give it, you know what? You talked me to an A because also Trey Lance if he's running the similar type of offense to Lamar Jackson, that's more runs for everybody. More fun, more run. All right.
Well, I was going to give it a B+, but Brinson was begging for a higher grade. So I'm going to go up to an A-.
All right.
And here's what I do like.
Am I getting docked because it's too bold? Is that's what's happening here?
Yes, it's pretty unlikely. Like you just said, the odds are 100-1.
and rookie of the year, which would be like 25-1. But
this is like a parlay too with leading the NFL in rushing.
But if he leads the league in rushing, he's gonna win rookie of the year.
Exactly. Right. That's right.
I mean, unless Trevor Lawrence takes Jacksonville to the playoffs and goes 14-2,
I think
NFL rushing does not guarantee him rookie of the year.
What does?
If Trey Sermon leads the NFL in rushing, does not guarantee him rookie of the year. What if Mac Jones goes 12-5? He's gonna get it.
No, if Trey Sermon leads the league in rushing yards, he will get rookie of the year.
Here's how he doesn't win it. If Justin Herbert happens, otherwise he's winning it.
I think that leading the league maybe not because Justin Jefferson lost to Justin Herbert. So
right. So I think
which is crazy, but I mean,
short of Justin Herbert, you're winning it. Like
Brinson, if you want me to tell you why you're wrong about leading the league, it's literally happened in 2 of the past 5 years where a rookie led the NFL in rushing.
You didn't let him finish.
And did not win rookie of the year.
You asked him a question. You said, I could tell you why. He could have said, no, I don't want to hear it. And you just kept talking.
I don't want to hear it. Wait. Neither of those. Oh, because Dak won over Zeke.
In 2016.
And then Saquon led the league in rushing. And Baker. No. Who led the league in rushing?
Kareem Hunt in 2017.
Oh, that's right.
And Kamara won.
And
rookie
actually,
of the year. Another running back, wasn't even a quarterback because more versatile weapon for the Saints.
All right, fair enough. I'll take that one on the face.
So just an A-. But I do like
just
it.
Trey Sermon has 1,000 rushing yards. I would have got a B+ anyway.
But I mean, there's no reason he can't have a big year. Mostert is injury.
Sorry, who?
Monster.
I'm
Raheem
sorry.
Monster?
Sorry, Raheem who?
Raheem Monster drink.
Did you say
Mustard.
Raheem Monster?
What's his? No. What's He's got an injury history, and if he gets injured, that
He's a
leaves
monster. How can he have an injury history?
Who has an injury history?
Trey Sermon as your only guy. So I think you have a chance here, Brinson.
Who's the other
But
guy in
not
the
a big
backfield?
chance.
Who is it?
Mustard? Raheem Mustard? I'm just kidding. That's the Instagram account.
Say his
Come on,
name.
man.
Say his
You
name.
gotta
Say his
be
name.
you gotta be in on the jokes.
Say his
on
name
social
for real.
media.
Then. Say his name for real. Then.
No, I'm not going to now.
Okay. Is it? Did you say Raheem Monster?
He said Mustard.
Are
By
you-
the way,
Tyron Matthew.
yeah, the joke's on us because I'll end up saying this on air. I was doing HQ talking about Tyrann Matthew. I said Matthew the other day.
I did it too. I was talking to somebody. I was like Tyron Matthew, and I was like, oh.
So yeah, joke's on us. He's playing the long game.
I said Mustard.
Raheem.
This
Raheem
is
Mustard.
the Raheem
Yeah,
Mustard.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Sure you do.
Breech. Yeah. All right, Brinson's leading the GPA through the first semester.
For everyone that is listening and not watching on YouTube, I showed them the Raheem Mustard.
That
Instagram
is
account.
correct. All right. Breech back. Or no, Wilson, back to you for a bold prediction.
All right, let's see. I'm assuming Brinson went from boldest to least bold. I don't know. We'll find out. I'm going to go.
I just sort of went with what popped in my head.
All right, this is well, you wrote them down, so I thought maybe this is my number 2. This is my middle bold prediction. I'm going in order.
Okay.
And I didn't even look at the odds when I said it. But I'm going with Justin Herbert wins the MVP. When I looked at the odds, I think they're plus 2,000. And let me see who he's near. He is near. So just ahead of him is Russ at plus
He's
8.
20-1 to win MVP. He is with Matthew Stafford, ahead of Kyler Murray, ahead of Ryan Tannehill, ahead of Baker Mayfield, behind Russell Wilson 18-1, Dak Prescott 16-1, Lamar Jackson 16-1, Josh Allen 12-1, Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Patrick.
So
Mahomes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's 8th. So that's not even that particularly bold, but I do think it's bold on in the sense that
I think it's pretty bold.
okay, good. In terms of the sophomore slump factor, which you don't have to believe in, but when it happens, that's all people are talking about. Number 1. Number 2, completely new coach, and Brandon Staley, who's younger than the two of you.
Yeah.
And I think 5 years ago he was a D3 coach or something like something
He was at
crazy.
James Madison or something.
No, I think James Madison. That's disrespect. Let's FCS, man. Look it up while I talk. And then last year, of course, he was the defensive coordinator for the Rams, so he's not even an offensive guy. Not that it matters.
John
there's
Carroll. John Carroll.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. So another name, James John, half split, half 6,000.
I give myself a. Oh no, he was at James Madison before John Carroll, and he was at John Carroll before James Madison.
Oh, he got stuck in the name loop.
So he was a grad assistant at Tennessee, then went John Carroll DC, James Madison DC, John Carroll DC. What the hell?
Huh,
Yeah,
that's
he-
weird.
He went to he was at John Carroll, jumped to James Madison for a year, then went back to John Carroll and took the same job he had before. That is bizarre. All right, carry on.
So wait, John Carroll is in Ohio, so he's just driving back and forth between Ohio and the western part of Virginia. Okay.
It's bizarre.
But anyway, yeah, so we know about the playmakers they have around them. Their offensive line is going to be better. Their defense is going to be better. And I think that we spent a lot of time talking about the Chiefs in that division. And people actually, Brinson, I think you're sort of on the Broncos bandwagon. I'm slowly coming around to them. Did Joe Flacco play? He did play for the Broncos, right? Were we talking ourselves into Joe Flacco being successful in Denver?
Yeah,
Golly, that doesn't even
that
seem
feels
real.
like 40 years ago.
Jeez. But this team does actually feel like it has the chance if Teddy Bridgewater can just be
Why did we
average.
do that?
You did it, and I fell for it.
Yeah, that was all you. And
Hindsight,
Wilson
that sounds
jumped.
really,
You
really
were so good at convincing Wilson that he
for it.
jumped on the bandwagon, even though it was going straight off a cliff.
I
Yeah,
can't
in
even
hindsight, that seems really, really stupid.
I can't even visualize him in a Broncos uniform. But I
was
think,
like, no, he beat the Broncos in the playoffs. What are you talking about?
yeah. But I feel like we're not really talking a lot about the Chargers, probably because we haven't seen Justin Herbert play this preseason at all. But I think he can come out, and if he deals like he did last year, and also, by the way, if Anthony Lynn is a little more aggressive last year, they win 9, maybe 10 games, and then we're talking legitimately about Justin Herbert being an MVP. So I think he builds on that. I think a lot of things have to go right. Obviously, if they beat the Chiefs in one of these games, or God forbid they go 0-2 in this regular season, but somehow meet the Chiefs in the playoffs and win that game, I mean, that's a home run right there, Breech.
Yeah, I'm going to give you B+.
By the way, the 2019 Broncos did go 7-9 with a bunch of one-score losses. Just
Because I like
I'll take it.
I like Herbert. Obviously, he was good last year. I think he's going to be good this year
How did you not call him A-Bear, by the way? Just an A-Bear.
because he's Bobby Abear's son.
Yeah.
So, but when you look at the last 4 MVPs, their team either finished with the best record in their conference or the best overall record in the NFL. Rodgers and the Packers, best record in the NFC last year. Lamar and the Ravens 2019 had the best record in the NFL. Mahomes and the Chiefs, best record in the AFC in 2018. Brady and the Patriots tied for the best record in the NFL in 2017. And so you have to pretty much be playing for the best team. You have to be the quarterback for the best team. And do you think the Chargers are going to be the best team?
No,
So
but what happens? What happens if they beat the Chiefs in the playoffs? Even if they go 0-2 in the regular season.
But the MVP voting is before the playoffs.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, dang it! All right. Well, they got to win. They got to win one game against the Chiefs in the regular season.
I think they have to split with the Chiefs and win the division for this to be even possible. Do you think the Chargers can
I don't know
win the
if they have
division?
to win the division. If they split and he plays like he did last year and they win 10 or 11 games, I think that puts them in the mix. Like Josh Allen was in. Oh, they won the division last year, so that doesn't support me.
I think they need to be in the division race down to the final weeks of the season.
Ryan, can you name the last MVP who did not play for a division winner?
Who was in the mix last year? Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen. Who else? Tom Brady.
Can you name the last MVP who didn't play for division winner?
No, of course not. I can't even name the last MVP. Aaron Rodgers weren't last year. The year
Josh
before.
Allen finished second place last year.
Lamar the year before he was division winner. Mahomes the year before he was division winner.
Yeah.
Who was before Mahomes? I don't remember.
Brady in 2017 division winner. Matt Ryan 2016 division winner. Cam Newton division winner. The last one was Adrian Peterson, and he wasn't even a quarterback. So you kind of.
All right. So last year it was Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, Tom Brady, probably I would imagine, and Patrick Mahomes. Were they the finalists? Because Russ was in it in the middle, and they faded away. They didn't win the division, right?
All right, I'm gonna give you a C+ for this one, and it's not because it's not bold. I think it is bold, like the idea of, but I think it's a bad bet at 20-1. Like those odds, I think Justin Herbert should be more like 35-1 to win MVP. Because I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I think there's more to, like Breech points out. I mean, you basically have to be better than Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a path to get there, but it's
a path to 9-7.
There's a path to 9-7. It's not that difficult.
Mahomes. So Aaron Rodgers won, and then Josh Allen and Mahomes were the only other two to get MVP votes last year.
All right, so let's see here. So the top guys: Mahomes, Rodgers, Brady, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Dak Prescott. Those guys, Russell Wilson, even those guys are all assumed to win the division. So that's your point.
Like Russ ain't sniffing MVP if the Seahawks don't win the division.
Exactly, but I'm saying all those guys listed there. I don't think Dak's gonna win the division because I like Washington football team, but I think to Breech's well-researched point, it feels like better than 50-50 chance that those guys win the division, in which case they're going to win. They have a better chance to win the MVP. So Matthew Stafford is probably a better bet at 20-1 than Justin Herbert, according to what you're saying.
I would agree with that.
Which is funny because that kind of segues into a bold prediction.
My bold prediction, which is that Matthew Stafford wins MVP. That's right.
Dang it.
I needed I don't know why I was like, I'm so focused on the NFC West here, but I like Stafford to win MVP. I've obviously been on the Stafford bandwagon for a while. This number got down to like 12-1. And that's when I sort of backed off and said, no, thank you. Now at 20-1, I think I'm interested in buying back in, especially with all the hype. And I'm hyping it myself on the 49ers. People are sort of off. I mean, it's like Trey Sermon leads the league in rushing. The 49ers are too hyped. But I do think Stafford, this Cam Akers injury, they're still going to run the ball a ton. They brought in Sonny Michel. They have Darrell Henderson. They've got who's the kid? They got a young kid they like as well. Is it, I forgot his name. Nope, they don't. Jake Funk. That's it. That's who it is. But not a ton of depth there. And I think I think the defense will be good, but I don't think it'll be as good as it was last year. And so I think that we're going to see a situation where Matthew Stafford has to throw the football more than maybe even Sean McVay would want. I also think Sean McVay is going to want to justify this trade, and so is Les Snead. You're going to want to show people that you upgraded from Jared Goff and that Matthew Stafford is that substantially better. Tyler Higbee, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Deshaun Jackson, Tutu Atwell, Van Jefferson. I mean, they got weapons. And
wait, Deshaun Jackson's on that team?
Oh, yeah.
Good Lord.
I mean, Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, Deshaun Jackson, and Tyler Higbee, that is.
Why do you think he's going to have to throw more?
They don't have I don't think the running game is going to be that good. And I think the defense will be a little bit worse.
They traded for Sonny Michel. They have Darrell Henderson. How's their offensive line?
9 wins.
Yeah, no. How's their offensive line?
That's good.
Yeah, he can run the ball.
No, they'll run the ball. I don't think they're going to be like I think there's a very easy pathway for 12, 13, 14 wins, division title. Stafford puts up big numbers. And if he plays really well and this team wins, people are going to want to credit Matthew Stafford for the change, even though the Rams have been good for the last 3 years. And like if the Rams are good and Stafford plays well and is healthy, people are going to want to give him credit. So like the difference with Justin Hebert, like he can do exactly what he did last season, but they still have to beat the Chiefs for him to get that credit at 20-1. So that's why I would be on the Stafford bandwagon.
So let me ask you this: is it bold enough though? Like
Probably
the Justin
not.
Herbert thing
Yes,
was.
it is bold enough. It's 20-1. I think 20-1 absolutely qualifies as bold.
All
If
right,
you
I'll
ask
give
me,
it.
if you
Hold on,
ask me,
let me give a grade first. I give it A- then, since you talked me into a breach.
I give it an A because if you're going if you're going by the odds makers, they're saying
I told you I could make good grades.
well, they're saying that Wilson's prediction is equally as bold as Brinson's because they're both 20-1. But I agree with Brinson. I think Stafford has a much better shot at winning MVP than Herbert because the Rams can win this division. And like Brinson said, if they do win it, Stafford's going to get the credit. You just won the toughest division in football. And boom, Stafford's going to have that. The voters are going to be like, man, that guy got stuck in Detroit for so long. We need to reward him somehow. And we're having Tom Brady fatigue or Mahomes fatigue or whatever, or Aaron Rodgers fatigue. So let's vote for Matthew Stafford.
So what I'm hearing is that mine is bolder, but you're giving Brinson a better grade.
I think, yeah, I'm getting a better grade because yours has a more difficult pathway to happening.
That's what I'm hearing. I'll take it.
Yeah. So which ironically makes it bold.
Well, which is funny because when we get to mine, I think it's less bold but more realistic. So I don't know what that means.
Well, let's get to yours.
Hold on.
Mine.
I'm gonna pre-grade Breech a D. Go ahead.
That's ridiculous. Unless we reverse the grading system and D is the best grade.
Yeah,
Mine is
Dawson.
that Josh Allen
Did you say Dawson?
Yeah.
Josh Allen wins MVP. It's 12-1. It's plus 1,200. So
Wait a second.
Big number.
Josh Allen winning MVP is this bold predictions we're doing? Or are we doing
This is
pleb
12-1. How is 12-1 not qualify as bold?
My boy Ryan Wilson over at CBS Sports.
I hit the wrong button.
Wait a second. All right, continue. You got to sell me more, attorney Breech.
Well,
on
12 I think anything over 10-1 should qualify as a bold prediction. These are not.
Well, let me ask you this: if you're ranking the bold predictions of Josh Allen, Justin Hebert, and Matthew Stafford winning MVP, do boldest to least bold. Rank them.
I mean, I could say that Andy Dalton's going to win MVP, and that's the boldest prediction. So there has to be like another factor. You can't just rank them by pure boldness.
Using your discretion, rank them.
Matthew Stafford, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert.
Well, here's the thing: Josh Allen is going to win the division, but the way Josh Allen played last year, and the way he played in the preseason, I would be shocked if he didn't win the MVP. Like if he wasn't in the MVP conversation down the stretch. That's why I'm like, oh, okay, I get it. I mean, that's not like saying Aaron Rodgers is going to win the MVP or Tom Brady or Patrick Mahomes. I get that.
I don't. Well, so let's put it this way. I think you will see. Let's say there's 100 people who do preseason MVP. There's obviously much more, just for 100, just for numbers' sake. There's 100 people who do preseason MVPs. I think 5 of them will go Justin Herbert. I think 15 of them will go Matthew Stafford. And I think like 40 will go Josh Allen.
That's the thing. Like, he is so good.
I mean, he wins MVP last year, if not for Aaron Rodgers.
He is a top 5. Like right now, I'm taking Josh Allen over Lamar Jackson. I'm looking at this in terms of the MVP odds. If I were going to build a team, I think I've seen Mahomes first. I'd probably take Aaron Rodgers second. I might take Josh Allen over Tom Brady. You guys may feel differently, but my point is that he's a top 4, top 5 guy. So I get it. Like I'm taking Josh Allen over Dak Prescott. What about Russ Wilson? Are you taking Josh Allen or Russ Wilson?
Josh Allen. Josh Allen, if you're building a team, yeah, no question.
Breech, you have to say Russ Wilson to defend your point, but you would probably take Josh Allen.
Russ Wilson. I don't know.
I think Josh Allen's number 2 behind Mahomes right now.
I got to give you a C+, which is what Brinson gave me for my fantastic one.
That's ridiculous.
In fairness, he raised you from D.
I'm giving you preemptive Fs on your next prediction.
I went from D to C+. So I mean, I buttered you up and then I reversed course.
Okay, let's
wait. You got to grade him, Brinson.
Oh, I'll give him C+ because I think it is. I think it's bold enough, but it's like it could just be a normal prediction. Like I might just pick Josh Allen to win the MVP. Like I don't think it's like that crazy. So
All right, we got 5 to 7 minutes.
yes. All right. So who wants to go last?
I'll go last. Breech is currently in last place in terms of the grades, which makes me feel better. Somehow Brinson's the valedictorian of this group of numbnuts. All right, here it is. My boldest prediction, according to me. The Texans, your Houston Texans, win more games than the Jags and Lions combined. So let me get a little backstory here quickly.
What is your Texans number of wins that they will have to beat the Jaguars and Lions?
So here, 21, the worst regular season record. I don't know what dead heat rules means, but according to Caesars, Houston's plus.
There's a tie, you chop it.
Okay.
So if you bet on something 10-1 and two people tie, you get 5-1.
Oh, okay. Houston Texans are plus 250 to have the worst regular season record. The Lions are plus 350. The Jags are plus 1200. So clearly the Texans are terrible. And then
this is an A+. This is a bold. It's like there's a pathway to it, and it's really bold.
And here's the thing. And I talked about this.
A-, fine, Breech. Don't make that face.
during the preseason games, I said this countless times. The Houston Texans are playing hard. Like there's
a path to 5 wins.
There's a path to 1 win in Houston. Like David Culley doesn't have Deshaun Watson, but he's out there coaching that team up. Tyrod Taylor he's the Andy Dalton of Houston right now. He can help you win football games. Maybe that's not good. But they're playing hard. Like we saw Urban Meyer's body language and how that team looked not great for the first 2 games. They came back against the Cowboys. And the Lions, like we haven't seen Jared Goff. We don't know if Jared Goff is still on this planet. Like we haven't seen him since he got traded. And I just don't know what to expect of that team. I think combined the Houston Texans, if the Houston Texans wins 5 football games, David Culley should be put in the Hall of Fame immediately. And I think they may have to win 6 to beat the combination of the Jags and the Lions. But I think it's doable.
Breech, I'll let you grade because this is definitely in the A range because it's pretty crazy, but it could happen if they win. I don't think they'd have to win 6 games. I think for
6 is a lot, but right. Maybe they get last year. The Carolina Panthers were 3-3. They only won 5 games.
I'll give it an A- because you have the Texans get to play Jacksonville twice, and if you sweep those games, that pretty much helps your cause.
Well, if you sweep Jacksonville, all of a sudden Jacksonville has like 4 winnable games on the schedule, maybe.
Right.
And then you look at the rest of Houston's schedule where if they pick up wins, maybe they can beat the Jets. The Panthers, I don't know. There's not a ton of winnable games. So, yeah, Ryan, I do think they need to get the 5 to do this. Which
they got to get lucky. That's right.
Would be wild. But also, what if Jacksonville and Detroit both go 0-17? Not that that's going to happen. These are 2 of the worst teams in football. Or they could go 1-16 and only win 2 games combined. I'm not even A-. I'm going to up it to just a regular A.
Yes. Wilson crushing it in the GPA of the final semester. All right, go ahead, Brinson or Breech. Got to hurry up because Breech got things to do.
I'll go next, and the Breech can close out. I will say that the Dallas Cowboys, America's old team, because the Browns are America's new team.
Oh, they are.
Dallas Cowboys are going to finish in dead last in the NFC East.
Wow. Riling up Cowboys Nation.
I'm going to give it an A+.
3 wins.
I'm going to give it an A+. The Giants are terrible, but I want to see what Danny Dimes and Joe Judge, if they can, everyone get on the same page here, because there were certainly some bumps on the road during the preseason and training camp. But I say it all the time, I don't trust Mike McCarthy, and if the defense isn't good or better, and they should be given their players, but they may not be, it could be a problem. They have Will Grier as their backup now. Will Grier is basically Andy Dalton 15 years ago, whatever. He's actually worse than Andy Dalton 15 years ago. A+.
They started the season last year 1-4, and they should have been 0-4, except for an insane, impossible comeback win over the Atlanta Falcons. They gave up 49 points to the Browns, 39 to the Falcons, just 20 to the Rams, 38 to the Seahawks, 34 to the Giants in their second win in Week 5 when Dak got hurt, 38 to the Cardinals on that Monday night game. I don't see how this defense is magically going to get better. And the offense in those first 4 games wasn't good. They were coming from behind. They were playing terrible. And there are conceivable pathways where the Eagles are just better than we think. They win 7, 8, 9 games. The Giants win 6, 7, 8, 9 games. Cowboys could win 5, 6, 7 games and be in last place. It's easy.
Brinson gave my last prediction a C-. So I'm going to give this a C+. For everything he's predicting, he's making fun of my Steelers being in first place prediction. The Cowboys only finished 1.5 games out of last place last year, and he's predicting the team that finished 1.5 games out of last place is going to finish in last place. Doesn't sound super bold, but
Right,
Sounds like you're bitter about the C+ from the
correct.
but
But
they do
I
get
will
Dak
admit
back.
this is bold.
No, I mean, it's not. I don't think any team in that division could finish in last. This isn't like picking the Packers to finish in last place in the NFC North. You know,
No, it's not. It's not the same at all.
so if you would have done that, I would have maybe given you. Well, that would have been crazy. So I don't know the account for the crazy. And
All right, Breech, what do you got?
All right, C+.
Right.
My prediction, my last one: Jameis Winston sets the NFL single season record for
Whoa.
most passing yards.
Oh, I
What's
thought
the
you said
record?
that Jameis Winston leads the league in passing. No, you said Jameis Winston sets the NFL season.
Oh, I'm sure he's going to lead the league if he's setting the record.
Yes.
What's the record?
The record is 5,477 yards, but Winston has one extra game to do it. And also, Jameis Winston in 2019 threw for 5,109 yards, which was the 8th highest total in NFL history. So he has hit the 5,000 yard mark before. He has an extra game to do it, and he's playing in an offense where Drew Brees has 4 of the top 6 passing performances of all time.
I'm going to give this an A, and I actually like this a lot. My only concern is that Michael Thomas is not going to be there for the first. Is he on the PUP? So he's
He will miss
He's
the
out
first
6
6 weeks. In the
weeks.
season.
first 6 games. Yeah, so that's my only concern. Hopefully Marquez Callaway can bust out. Traquan Smith. I'm not sure when Adam Troutman, the tight end's coming back, but I love it. Alvin Kamara could get all those yards in terms of receiving yards. Maybe Thursday Taysom Hill. I'm going to give it an A, and my only concern would be an A+ if Michael Thomas was healthy. Love it.
Yeah, I give it an A as well. I mean, it's a
Dang
great,
it.
it's
Yes.
a great prediction. And I mean, I bet Jameis Winston to lead the league in passing yards.
What were the odds on that?
It was during. I bet it during that. Let me see if I can find it. I bet it
Hurry
during
up, he's
that.
gotta go.
I think it was like 30-1, maybe.
Oh, I might hit that. Might sprinkle something on there.
I took MVP at 60-1.
That's crazy. That would have been an interesting bold prediction.
That's sprinkle.
Oh.
That's what that means.
Well, and now those odds have come way down because has he been named the starter?
Yeah.
He has been named the starter, right? Yeah.
Well,
I
the
mean,
report came
I-
out like 10 days ago, and then
That's-
Sean Payton confirmed it on cut day.
Well, in that week 2 game where he came out and played and threw those bombs to Marquise Callaway,
Ooh-wee.
when
That was
those
nice.
when that was going down, I was like, man, everybody's like, oh, he's going to be the starter. And I was like, I tweeted out something. I was like, look, you might not think Jameis Winston's going to win MVP, but 60-1 ain't going to be there after tomorrow, after tonight and what we
True
saw.
that.
Same thing with the passing yard. So I bet those. So I think it's great. I think it's a great prediction. I think Jameis can have an awesome season. And if Sean Payton took him to quarterback makeover school and he has a big year, why not? He could lead the league in passing, win MVP. All right, let's get 4 or 5 more quick hitters, and then
Breech is getting nervous. All right.
I forgot to take a break, didn't I? Oh well, Devo can jam one in there somehow.
Go
All right.
watch Breech on HQ
watch Breech
retroactively.
on
when you
HQ.
listen- yeah.
Hopefully the Wolfpack won in a big fashion last night, and
Blue.
we will see you guys. Mailbag, bonus mailbag with our good friend Sean. Beep, tomorrow. That'll drop
And
tomorrow.
Rob Thomas.
And Rob Thomas, yes.
Which
That's
is
Fox
awesome.
20. That's Fox 20. Great. Carlos Santana too. I'll shut up and get out of here. See you guys.